Hello, friends. My name is Bill Williams, and I want to welcome you to our podcast, which is the 327 Experience. It is a podcast and ministry of Mountain Springs Piedmont Church, located here in South Carolina. And I want to welcome you to this one because this one's going to be very special. We're going to be talking about one of our unique departments within Mountain Springs, and it's our missions department. And so with us today, we have two special guests that absolutely are vital to the success that we've been seeing and the ministry that's been happening in our Piedmont area based on this ministry. So let me introduce them real quick. First of all, we have Carrie Byers with us, and Carrie is part of our staff here at Mountain Springs, and she is our missions director as well as our women's ministry director. And then we also have Stephanie Hovanek. Stephanie is obviously a vital part of our team as well. She is the director of the boutique, which we're going to be talking more about that. And she's also part of our mission team as well as our mission board. So I'm excited to jump into the conversation. Don't want to waste a lot of time. So let me lead with this. Carrie, we've been down this road for probably 5 or 6 years. Can you walk us through how all of this got started to lead us up to now with the ministries that we have in our missions department?
Sure. So it started about 5 or 6 years ago, like you mentioned. Our pastor, Benjamin Spoke, just had a vision for Piedmont, just reaching the people there. And so we started with a bag drop, and inside the bag was a s'mores kit and just a little note saying that we love you. And we passed them out at homes. And, throughout the next few months, we did more ministry in Piedmont. We've had coffee pop-ups. We've had days of service where we've done oil changes and haircuts and just, trying to find out of the box ways to minister to people, just to let them know we love them, we care about them, and God loves them.
Very interesting. So what's been the reception in the community?
It's been amazing. It was a little slow at first. I think it took a little while just for us to get our name out there and for people to realize, this is not just a one-off thing that we're doing, but it's something that we want to do on a regular basis and just be a help to them. But once they started seeing our name out there and once people just started getting to know us and us getting to know them, it's been amazing. And we've been able to build so many new relationships with people in Piedmont.
So all of that has started just by having a bag with s'mores. We'll call it s'mores fixins.
I love it.
S'mores fixins. So you could actually say it's s'mores and more now, right?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
S'mores and more.
All right. So obviously all of that ministry was taking place in Piedmont.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I know that when we first started, we would set up in parking lots at local businesses and things like that. And it actually grew to a point where we had a need to grow with it.
That's
Talk
correct.
to us a little bit about that.
So, yes, correct. What happened was we were setting up in parking lots. We were having our big Thanksgiving meal in a parking lot. And we started seeing we would just really love to have a physical presence in Piedmont where people could come to us, where they would know how to get in touch with us if they needed anything, and where we could be there more often. And so we started praying about a building and didn't know how or where, but, we had lots of leads that didn't pan out. And finally, the building that we have now just fell into our lap. And it's a beautiful building that was built in 1903. So it has a lot of character and it has a lot of history. But we were able to come in and clean it out and do a lot of construction and just make it look new again. And we have people there on a regular basis just to minister to people in Piedmont.
So we not only do ministry, obviously, out of the main campus, but now we have a second campus in Piedmont that's open during the week for the things that you've been talking about.
Correct, yes.
So what's been the reception of the community with us having a building there?
It's been amazing. And one of the neat things about having that building that is so old is that we have a lot of people who come in and tell stories of they used to come to that building when they were a kid. Yes. And those are really neat. It used to be a soda shop and ice cream pharmacy. Yeah, so a lot of people come in and say, "Oh, I used to come and get a slingshot,
come
and
get ice cream for a nickel."
Yeah,
nice.
So that's been really neat, and it's been an open door. It's a way to talk to people, a way to get to know them, and them to get to know us. And ultimately, our goal is to share the gospel, but we want to show people that we care about them as a whole person, and that we're here to meet their needs.
Now, I was over there a few weeks ago. And it was on a Thursday when I went in. And when I walked in, obviously we had several people there that was that's part of the Mountain Springs family that go over and minister on a regular basis. And the hustle and bustle was really impressive to me. I saw people moving around. They were doing ministry on this side of the building. I saw other people boxing up or getting boxes ready for food ministries and things like that. I was really impressed by the amount of people that we have there.
Yeah, it's really neat. So on Thursdays, we're there from 9 to 12. And we essentially just go and hang out and do what needs to be done as far as just on the ministry side and wait for people to come in. And typically we'll have any given Thursday, we could have anywhere from 1 to 2 to 10 people come. And, sometimes they're just coming to get a coffee, or if it's warm outside, they're coming to get water. They can get snacks. They can use our Wi-Fi. It's cozy there. They can, sit on the couch and be comfortable for a little while. And in the meantime, we just talk to them, just let them know we care about them. We want to know about their life. We want to know if there's anything we can do for them, if we can pray for them about anything. And on the flip side, it's been a really neat opportunity for the people at church who minister there together. We've become like a family there as well. So that's really neat.
Now, you said flip side. So my mind immediately went to the pancake breakfasts that we have. So I've been over there a couple times. I've either driven by or I've stopped by on occasion, and I just see pancakes being flipped all over the place. We have folks from Mountain Springs. Griddles are moving. Talk to me about how that's received from the community, that they can just come in and eat at will.
Yes, it's been great. So Mike Williams is our resident pancake chef on every third Saturday of the month. And he's famous in Piedmont for his pancakes. Okay. Yep, everybody does. And you never know, sometimes he'll have sausage with them. Sometimes he has chicken patties with them. You never know, but it's really neat. He puts a lot of time and effort into getting all that set up for the third Saturday breakfast. And we have people come. There's a line sometimes of people just getting their free pancakes. And we even have a gentleman from the community who has a bike for his transportation, and he'll sometimes load down his bike and fill it up with plates and deliver it to other people. So it's been, again, just another neat out of the box way to reach people and to meet their immediate need right there. They need a breakfast and need something warm in their tummy, but more than that, they need love. And so we try to give them all of that.
Now, with Mike being the lead pancake maker, if we can call him that, not only do you get sides with your pancakes, but I bet you get a side of conversation or a joke, and probably even his testimony sometimes.
Absolutely.
We have a lot of people there that love to help and give their testimony.
Yeah. And he has an amazing testimony.
He does.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, we're going to have him on the podcast sometime to talk about that.
Definitely. He would love to, I'm sure.
Another one, a great testimony from that building is the mobile mammogram.
Yes,
that we've done there, and we now have a couple of new church members that just came in off the street to get a mammogram one day.
Is that right?
Yes.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a need for healthcare in that area. A lot of people don't have transportation, and so if we can bring things to them, like the mobile mammogram unit, that's just one less thing they have to worry about trying to get to, or just pushing aside because they can't make it happen.
Wow. One of the things that's come out of that is obviously with that campus, we have a unique name for that campus, and it's called Bridge 327. Now, tell us a little bit about that. Where did that name come from, and what's the significance of that?
So it came from the verse Proverbs 3:27, and that verse just essentially says, if it's in your power to do good, you should. And we've been so blessed at this church with funding and with volunteers and just people who have a heart to do good for other people. And we just feel like that's what God has called us to do. And, that was really Jesus. That's what he did when he was here. He served others, and that's what we want to do.
Nice. One of the questions that I have, and I'm going to transition to something else real fast, still about Bridge 327, is how long have we been in operation in that building now? I can't recall.
2 years. It was actually last week was our 2-year.
Okay. So within 2 years, something's happened within those 2 years. And there's a ministry now, Stephanie, I want to make sure that we talk about this, but there's a boutique ministry.
Yes.
Now, talk to us a little bit about that and how that relates to Bridge 327.
We call it Boutique at the Bridge, and we actually got the idea from a pastor friend that we went down to Florida. There was 4 or 5 of us that went down, and we looked at the missions that they did, and they have something called Grace's House. And basically, it's clothes that are donated, and we go through them, we wash them, we check everything out. But when we got back on the way home from our trip, we decided we're gonna try that too. So we called ours Boutique at the Bridge, and that trip was in February of 2024. And we had our first sale in March of 2024. And we just decided we were going to do like a pop-up version because, as you know, Carrie uses her building for other things. Right. And, so we just popped it up there every fourth Saturday, which was a lot of work getting all the clothing racks and stuff. But basically, all the clothes are donations. We have clothes and shoes, accessories. We have women's, men's, kids. And we do have a great group of ladies that go through and help to make sure they're tagged, they look good, everything is washed, and nothing's over $4. All items are either from $1 to $4. So it's just great because we also wanted to set it up to look like a store, not your typical place you would go in to buy secondhand stuff. We wanted it to be nice, kind of call it a double blessing where people that, like Carrie said, that can't get out can come in and shop there and feel like they're in a legitimate store, but they're paying $2 and $3 mostly for their items. And the double blessing side of it is where everything we make goes to our local schools. So far, starting with our first sale that we had in March of 2024, and then we didn't get to have a sale because of the hurricane in September. And we did not have a sale in December because of Christmas, but we've raised over $7,000 already. That has went back to 4 local schools so far, and we're getting ready to open a new location, which we'll let you start on that.
Okay, all right.
We're very excited.
So all of the funding that we get from the items, and if I heard you correctly, the items are no more than $4.
Correct.
Is that right?
There's no item over $4.
Okay. So every item that's sold, all of the funds from that, then we give that back to local schools to help them wherever they need help at.
Yes. Yes, we've given checks for $1,600 to a school, $1,500. I think we've had a check for $1,800.
Wow.
So we're really just hoping that's going to grow even more.
Yep.
But we were very excited for our first year of doing it. We hadn't even done it a year. This will be our year this March. So we're very excited.
One of the things that a couple of the recipients of the money has said is that it's really neat for them to get a donation that's not already earmarked for something. A lot of what they get has to be used for something, whereas the money we give, they can just see where the need is, that they need it the most and put it towards that.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, and the schools have been so excited that they've now been some of our biggest donators as far as items, clothing and stuff. Yeah, they don't want to take it now to another place. They want to bring it to us. And to say we've been blessed with clothing is an understatement. We've had to get an extra building, but we are going to use all that. So.
That is awesome. So let's talk a little bit about that, because obviously the boutique has just grown tremendously.
Yes.
And I know that when I would go by there when the boutique was open, and I think just a couple of times I drove by, that, I mean, it looks like a store, first of all. I don't know how y'all folks transitioned that building into the ministry center, and then all of a sudden the very next day it looks like a store.
Yeah,
but you've done a great job.
She called it just a pop-up, but that's a lot of work that she goes through every time, a lot of work.
And so that has grown so much that it has made us start looking at something different. So what's happened from Bridge 327, Boutique at the Bridge, to now? Talk to us about that.
We have been started with a prayer, and Pastor Shane that we met in Florida, one of his things that stuck with me is he said, pray big prayers. Because when we first started, I was like, can we do this? But every time I get it out of my mind, I'm like, okay, we're going to pray big prayers. And we started probably in July, August. We already knew that we needed a bigger space. It was evident that we needed more space. So we once again started praying about, where's the building? And we did look at a couple places that they didn't work out, and some of the places that weren't open that we thought were going to be open. But once again, God provided, and we actually found the perfect place.
That's great. That's
just right down the street from Bridge 327. So it's going to be called Building 327.
Okay, sticking with the theme.
Yes, absolutely. So.
Six years ago, God opened doors for us to intentionally minister in Piedmont. And we've seen God do some amazing things 3 years ago, he blessed us with the opportunity to open Bridge 327, which has just been a phenomenal opportunity for our church to love on and invest in our community. But as Bridge 327 continued to grow, we encountered really an opportunity. We don't see it as a problem, but an opportunity. Our ministries were outgrowing the space we had. And so we began to pray that God would open a door, and God has done that. Today, I want to tell you about a new opportunity that we have to share with you, Building 327.
So why Building 327? Our theme verse for our ministry here in Piedmont is Proverbs 3:27, which essentially says, if it's in your power to do good, you should. So we're here to do good to the community of Piedmont. We also want to build lives here in the garage. We want to build relationships with our free breakfast that we have every third Saturday of the month. And we also want to build stronger schools through our boutique.
Boutique at the Bridge is coming up on our 1-year anniversary this March, and we are so excited to tell you that so far we've raised $6,600 that we've donated back to our local schools. All of that is made possible by you, our volunteers. We have had multiple clothing donations, hundreds of shoppers come through our door, and so much help, and it's all thanks to you. Our first sale in our new Building 327 is coming up this March, and we hope to see you there. We're in the process now of getting it renovated, and another great thing about that is we've had lots of donations. It's been every time we think about something we need, somebody just jumps up. I got you. I got that, and it's coming. It's coming too. So we're very excited about our grand opening.
That is awesome. So when is the grand opening?
It is March the 20th. Well, I'll let Carrie tell you about the Thursday night event, and then the boutique is going to be March the 22nd.
Okay. So it's going to be, is it just going to be a boutique, or is it going to be a boutique and more?
On my side, it's just a boutique, but the building is a boutique and more. So I'm going to let Carrie tell you a little bit about what the other side, and we're excited about that side too.
That's awesome. Well, tell us a little bit about that.
So this is, again, another older building that has a really great history. It actually used to be a Harley-Davidson business.
Wow.
And so it has a really cool setup. So on the side that's going to be the boutique, it is just like, essentially you would say like a store area. And then on the other side is the 2-bay garage. So the boutique will be on one side, and then on the garage side, we're going to have live music. We're going to have like cookouts and giveaways and just events for the community. And so on March the 20th from 6 to 7, that's going to be our kickoff night. And we'll have our band is going to be playing, and we'll have food, hot dogs probably, and just a time just to come. We'll have some giveaways and just to celebrate what God has done in the new building and just everything we're watching him do.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
That is incredible. I'm so excited to see it. I drive by it. Right?
It looks like
I
a
drive
totally
by
different
it.
place.
Yeah.
I've been in it when we first got it. I was able to walk through it and see
boy.
it. And so I'm anxious to do the then and now.
Yeah.
Yes, we have our own washer dryer now, which was something else that was donated. So the ladies that do our tagging and stuff for us can, when they're there working, they can throw some clothes in to wash. Because that's one thing. We want to make sure the clothes are nice. That is something like you would want to go buy at a store. You know, lots of us ladies that work the boutique find ourselves shopping. Quite a bit.
Every time.
Nice.
Well, and you were talking about making it nice. Like that's something that we've really tried to do with Boutique at the Bridge as well as Bridge 327. We feel like a lot of times people who are lower income, they kind of get the leftovers. And we wanted them to know that we put effort into it, that we really wanted to try to make it a beautiful, comfortable place for them. Bridge 227 as well as the boutique.
So now we can do all of the cleaning of the clothes on the location, and we don't have to each get bags of clothes to take home and clean.
Right.
Okay.
Right now, everybody's taking them. You'll ride by here on a Sunday and you'll see a bunch of ladies carrying out trash bags. So we don't know what we're doing here.
I love it. So let me ask both of you this. Obviously, there has a lot been going on over the last couple of years in our ministry centers, which now we have 3 ministry centers, our main campus where we're at the studio right now. And then we obviously have Bridge 327 and we have Building 327. So looking back on it, what has been some of the biggest surprises that has come from that ministry? Some outcomes that you're like, I'm just so shocked at that, or I can't believe that. That just had to be God to do that. Anything come to mind?
Say a lot. I mean, they've had a couple, especially come to the building that's just had a huge testimony from just meeting them. I don't know.
Didn't we have a baptism?
Yes,
We
over
did.
there?
I was going to say we had a salvation right
circle.
Yeah, right in the front, right on the sidewalk in front of the building. We had a gentleman who we had met the year before and just formed a relationship with him. And we are all super close to him now. And we just love him. But he accepted Christ. And then not long after that, he wanted to be baptized. So we had a baptism there. So many things like that in ministry, I feel like you pray and you just do your best to follow God's guidance, but you can't make anything happen. You know, it just has to, it's all him. You just follow and leave the results to him. And that's been the neat thing to see things that we couldn't make happen.
A cool story about the gentleman she's talking about too. He, it has been full circle. I mean, he would come and get stuff from Bridge 327. And then once he found himself in a better situation, he wanted to do something. And I remember we had a big delivery of paper towels or toilet paper or something just because he wanted to do something. Now in our new building, he's been there at the garage on the work days, helping move the stuff in and out. So, I mean, it's been really neat to see the full circle of how we helped him. And then now he's turning around and helping others.
Yeah.
He's the one who does the deliveries of
the food.
Pancakes too.
I love it. And you know what? When I was over there a few Thursdays ago at Bridge 327, when I walked in, of course, there was a lot of folks there, but when I walked in, my eyes actually fixed on him. I saw him first when I walked in, and I thought, no way. Because to your point, it has come full circle, right? Someone that just showed up, that needed a helping hand, someone that then got saved, someone that then got baptized at the location is now over there on a regular basis helping other people. That can only be God.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Can only be God.
I think something else too that I would say with the boutique specifically that I think is neat is, and you can correct me, I would say, do you think it's about half and half of people who shop are, some maybe are more needy, they come because they need, but the rest is just,
there's a lot of ladies who just come in looking for the bargain.
So
it's not, they're looking and they're finding it. And
it's not just for, it's for anybody, I guess is what I try to say.
Another thing that stuck out to me is I've always known we've had a great family, church family, but I feel like these missions have brought us all closer.
Me too.
Because I remember way back, it was kind of like the 80-20 rule.
Yeah.
20 people, 20% did everything, and then the 80% just showed up for church.
Yeah.
We have completely flip-flopped that scenario now, and I would say we have a good 80% volunteering, and it's been a great way for everybody to get to know each other.
Right.
I mean, there's people I would have never, in church, that probably would have never really experienced or known and made friendships with. And I would love one Sunday to get everybody that's just helped with the boutique since its inception to stand up, because it's took an army, but from people washing clothes, from people buying something when we first opened, from people tagging, people that show up to work, people that help clean out. I mean, help load the trucks for the place. You would probably be amazed at how many people have touched something at least once.
Probably be most of the church, honestly.
That's went to do with the boutique. And I think that has really stuck out to me, that people want to. I have people now all the time coming up, what can I do? Yeah. What can I do?
Yeah, yep.
And I'm trying to find them a job. And I'm like, there'll be something, I promise. I might not have it right this second, but we're going to have it.
Yeah.
As they say, Stephanie, what a great problem to have.
Exactly.
Right? You have people wanting to do ministry.
Right.
And that's one thing I've noticed about Mountain Springs Missions is you're not begging people. You're not pleading with people. You just present the opportunity and people readily respond to that, wanting to help. You just don't see that a lot.
You're right.
No, you're right. Exactly right.
That's exciting. So tell me one more time what the date of the new launch is for the Thursday event and then the opening of the boutique at that location.
Okay. So the launch, the grand opening is March 20th from 6 to 7 with hot dogs, giveways, and music.
And Nathan's going to be leading us in the band,
He
right?
is. Yep. Right. He will be leading.
Good.
Then the boutique, the grand opening at our new location will be March the 20th, and we're going to open at 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then after that, it's going to be open every second and fourth Saturday. Whereas we were just doing one Saturday, but now we're going to have 2 Saturdays a month from 9 to 2 p.m. So we're really excited about getting.
And that's actually March 22nd, right?
March 22nd.
Yes.
I apologize.
Yeah.
Yes, March 22nd.
Yeah.
And one of the things too, not to go backwards, but one of the things is, I mean, the space almost looks like it's doubled.
It is.
For the boutique. I mean, so we're going from a small little store to a large boutique.
Yes, we're very excited. And like I said, a lot of the stuff in there, you're going to be, I think it looks great. And it's been a lot of, because of a lot of volunteers and a lot of donations. And we're very excited to get it open.
That's awesome. Well, I want to thank you both. I can't say thank you enough on behalf of our church, on behalf of the people that's been blessed and ministered to. You two have done an incredible job. You followed the leading of the Lord. You've been sensitive to his spirit, and the proof is in it, what we're seeing, the ministry that's taking place. So Stephanie, thank you. Carrie, thank you. And thank you for taking time to join us on our inaugural podcast. How cool is that, right? Yeah, we're excited about that. Yeah. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I'll just say, as we wrap up today, thank you so much for joining us. We're excited about what God's doing at Mountain Springs here in Piedmont. We're excited about the missions. We're focused so much, not just on missions abroad, but missions in our community. And God has afforded us the opportunity to do it and do it well. If you want to know more about it, feel free to reach out to us. You can find us online on all social media platforms. Online, we're at Mountain Springs Piedmont. Reach out to us with questions. If someone wants to help, I'm sure that we can find a job for them,
Absolutely.
Right? So reach out to us. Again, thank you for joining us today, and have a blessed day. Thank you.